Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Kids University. Today we will learn about past continuous tense, and in this section we will talk about the definition, the rules of past continuous tense, the sentence structure of past continuous tense and its translation. What is past continuous tense? The past continuous tense is used to describe actions that began in the past and often continued for a short period of time after the action started. This tense describes actions or events that happened at a specific time in the past. Let's take some examples. When we got to the house yesterday morning, the baby was drinking a bottle. He was waiting at home all day when she sent him the message. Alan was cutting the grass the other day when the snake appeared. I was not sleeping when you got home late last night. Now, what are the rules of past continuous tense? The past continuous is formed from the past tense of to be with the base form of the main verb plus the ending ing form of the verb. It is formed like this: subject plus was and were helping verb, then continuous form of the verb ending in ing. One example of this tense is: I was watching television when she called me last night. The past continuous tense is was watching. There are many uses of past continuous tense, that where and when we use past continuous tense. We can also use this tense to make a question. Let's take an example. What were you doing when the alarm went off last night? Were you calling me when I emailed you this afternoon? What was she doing this time yesterday? In the previous examples, students, you have noticed that the past continuous tense is combined with simple past tense. So past continuous tense is actually all simple tense, and here I am going to share another example with you. While we were sitting at the stadium, the rain began. The past continuous tense is were sitting and the past simple is began. In this combination, the simple past tense interrupted the past progressive tense action. Past progressive tense action means past continuous tense action. This pairing shows that something happened in the middle of something else happening. Actually, past continuous tense is often used as describing the narration. Means in narrative writing or in narration we use past continuous tense. Past continuous tense can also be used when describing the background of a story written in the past tense. Means whenever we are talking about the background of any story and it is written in the past tense, so whatever the events are happening in the past, and if it is in a continuous process, so we use past continuous tense. Let's take an example. The sun was shining brightly when last month as I was sitting outside. The other day I was waiting at the airport when. So these are the sentences actually indicates us that whenever we are describing any event, any story, any kind of means event happened in the past, and it is in the past, the process is going on at that time, so we usually use past continuous tense. Past continuous tense can be used when describing an unfinished action that was interrupted by another action. The action in the past started before the other action and continue after for a short period of time. Let's take some examples. I was having a terrifying dream when the alarm clock went off at 6 o'clock this morning. While we were playing tennis, it started to rain. I was listening to my music, so I didn't hear the phone ring. While she was sleeping, someone took her phone. Past continuous tense can also be used with the words always, constantly, and forever. When using it this way, it is used to talk about things that happened repeatedly but occurred in the past. The action is not happening now and was a temporary habit. Let's take an example. Our neighbor was always telling us funny stories about his daughter. Another example, Grandma was constantly singing songs when she made us breakfast. Now let's discuss about the sentence structure of past continuous tense. The sentence structure of past continuous tense or past progressive tense of positive form is that we always have the subject, then we have to be verb, helping verb, was and were, and then we have present participle means verb plus ing and then the object. The structure of past continuous tense negative form is that we have the subject, then we have the helping verb was and verb along with not, and then we have the present participle and predicate. The question form of past continuous tense is we have the helping verb, then we have the subject, then we have present participle means first form of verb plus ing and then the object along with question mark. Now let's talk about the positive and negative sentence examples, and first the positive sentence examples. As we know that we have the subject, then we have the helping verb, was and verb, then we have the first form of verb and ing along with our object. So the first example is you were watching television last night. Example number 2, they were studying math yesterday. Example number 3, I was washing the dishes. Rang. In all these three sentences, you have noticed that we use helping verb, were and was along with the first form of verb plus ing, like watching, studying, washing, and then we have the predicate. Now let's talk about the negative sentence structure of past continuous tense example. And the structure is like this, that we have the subject, then we have was and were, helping verb along with not, and the present participle means to say first form of verb plus ing. Let's take some examples. You were not watching television last night. They were not studying math yesterday. I was not washing the dishes when the phone rang. In all these examples, you have noticed that after our auxiliary verb means was and were or to be verb, we put not. Now the interrogative sentences example, and the sentence structure as we discussed earlier, that we have the helping verb, then we have our subject, then we have the present participle means to say first form of verb plus ing. Now let's discuss the examples. Example number 1, were you watching television last night? Example number 2, were they studying math yesterday? Example number 3, was I washing the dishes when the phone rang? in all these examples you have noticed, and keep in mind that whatever the tense we are using, whenever we are making a sentence of interrogative or question sentence, we always use our helping verb in front of the subject, as like in this case that we use helping verb were and was both in front of the subject or before your subject. Now the Urdu translation, and in this section it is very important that you must know that how we can identify the sentence of past continuous tense in Urdu. I am going to read one by one and listen it very carefully, that what is the sentence structure of past continuous tense in Urdu. So let's begin. बूढ़ा आदमी सर्दी से काँप रहा था. बूढ़ा आदमी सर्दी से काँप रहा था. Now its translation in English. The old man was shivering with cold. Another sentence. बूढ़ा आदमी सर्दी से काँप नहीं रहा था. बूढ़ा आदमी सर्दी से काँप नहीं रहा था. The old man was not shivering with cold. The old man was not shivering with cold. In both these sentences, you have noticed that in Urdu, how we can identify the past continuous tense. It's mostly ends like this, that raha tha, rahi the, rahe the. So remember that whenever it is like this, that in Urdu you find you will find any sentence in future like this, that it is like raha tha, rahi the, rahe the, then it means to say it is in past continuous tense. Now here are some more translation of past continuous tense, and the sentence structure is in question. I am going to read it now. क्या बूढ़ा आदमी सर्दी से काँप रहा था? Was the old man shivering with cold? Now the question negative. क्या बूढ़ा आदमी सर्दी से काँप नहीं रहा था? Was the old man not shivering with cold, or wasn't the old man shivering with cold? You may make the sentence and translate the sentence of question negative like this, that you have to simply put was the old man not shivering with cold, or if you want to make a question text sentence, so you can also form it like this, that wasn't the old man shivering with cold? Now this is all about past continuous tense today, or past progressive, and the past tense means past continuous tense exercise of today is do exercise A, B and C in your English copy or PDF file. Hope you have a very good day. Stay safe and Allah Hafiz.